Today, I feel like flying over the beautiful city of Beirut. The one that I know, not the destroyed one. So I'll fly a Cessna November 172 Sierra Papa from Oscar Lima Bravo Alpha. I will depart from runway 17, fly over the beautiful landmarks of Beirut, check the homes of the people that I love, and fly over the Beirut port where the catastrophic explosion happened, and then I will land on runway 17. Let's go inside the aircraft and start the checklist.
Pre-flight, cabin, parking brake.
Parking brake is on.
On. Ignition switch.
Ignition switch is off.
Off. Avionics master switch.
Avionics master switch is off.
Off. Master switch battery.
Master switch battery is on.
On. Fuel quantity.
Fuel quantity is sufficient.
Sufficient. Avionics master switch.
Avionics master switch is on.
On. Avionics cooling fan.
Avionics cooling fan is audible.
Audible. Avionics master switch.
Avionics master switch off.
Off. Warning lights panel.
Warning lights panel tested.
Tested. Fuel selector valve.
Fuel selector valve is both.
Both. Fuel shutoff valve.
Fuel shutoff valve is pushed in.
Push in. Flaps 10-20 full.
Flaps 10. Flaps 20. Flaps full.
Tested. Flaps.
Flaps up.
Up. Pitot heat.
Pitot heat is on.
On. Ammeter current load.
Ammeter current load is checked.
Check. Pitot heat.
Pitot heat is off.
Off. Master switch battery.
Master switch battery off.
Off. Elevator trim.
Elevator trim set for takeoff.
Set for takeoff. Pre-flight checklist completed.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Before starting engine checklist. Parking brake.
Parking brake is on.
On. Autopilot.
Autopilot is off.
Off. Avionics master switch.
Avionics master switch is off.
Off. Fuel selector valve.
Fuel selector valve is on both.
Both. Fuel shutoff valve.
Fuel shutoff valve is pushed in.
Push in. Before starting engine checklist completed. Starting engine checklist. Master switch battery.
Master switch battery is on.
On. Beacon light.
Beacon light is on. And we can see the beacon light here.
On. Throttle.
Throttle open 1/4 inch.
Open 1/4 inch. Mixture.
Mixture full rich.
Full rich. Aux fuel pump.
Auxiliary fuel pump on for 3 seconds.
On. 3 seconds. Aux fuel pump.
Auxiliary fuel pump off.
Off. Propeller area.
Propeller area is clear. Clear!
Clear. Ignition switch.
Ignition switch start.
Start. Oil pressure.
Oil pressure is checked.
Checked. Master switch alternator.
Master switch alternator is on.
On. Ammeter.
Ammeter is checked.
Checked. Nav lights.
Nav lights off during daylight.
On at night. Avionics master switch.
Avionics master switch is on.
On. Flaps.
Flaps up.
Up. Starting engine checklist completed. Before taxi checklist. Fuel quantity.
Fuel quantity is checked.
Checked. Flight controls.
Flight control.
Free and correct. Cabin doors.
Cabin doors.
Close. Flight instruments.
Flight instrument is set.
SET. Radios and avionics.
Set.
SET. Transponder mode.
Transponder modes. Standby.
Standby. Taxi lights.
Taxi lights on.
On. Parking brake.
Parking brake off.
Off. Brakes.
Brakes check.
Checked. Parking brake.
Parking brake
On.
is on.
Before taxi checklist completed.
Okay, now we can taxi to runway 17. Before takeoff checklist.
On. Mixture.
Mixture is full rich.
Full rich. Fuel selector valve.
Fuel selector valve is both.
Both. Magneto test. Throttle.
Magneto test throttle to 1800.
Open 1800 RPM. Ignition switch to.
Left.
Left. Ignition switch to.
Drop. Right.
Right. Magneto drop and difference. Maximum
Correct.
125 and 50. Ignition switch to. Both. Throttle.
1000 RPM.
1000 RPM. Engine instruments. Checked green.
Engine
Warning
instruments,
lights
green.
panel.
Warning lights panel. Check.
Clear. Strobe lights.
Strobe lights on.
On. Landing lights.
Landing lights on.
On. Radios and avionics.
Checked.
Checked and set. Autopilot.
Autopilot is off.
Off. Elevator trim.
Elevator trim set for takeoff.
Set for takeoff. Flaps 0 or
Flaps.
10.
Flaps 0.
As required. Before takeoff checklist completed. Normal takeoff checklist. Taxi lights. Before takeoff checklist.
Okay, so we can. And we are ready to take off.
Parking brake.
Okay, so next.
Normal takeoff checklist. Taxi lights.
Off.
Off. Transponder mode.
Transponder mode altitude.
Altitude. Flaps.
Flaps 0.
As required. Mixture.
Mixture
Full
rich.
rich. Parking
Parking
brake.
brake off.
Before takeoff checklist.
Ready for takeoff. Full throttle. Airspeed is alive. 40 knots, 50 knots, 60 knots. Rotate. taxi lights off, landing lights off. Right turn towards Beirut.